Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is SalLynn Duran with
Beston,
and we are Spill the Tea.
Build the Block.
Today we have a guest on our show and I will let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Luis Rodriguez. I belong to this beautiful office, but operate out of GBR. So been doing it for about 7 years now, and thanks for the invite. This is awesome.
Yes.
Of course, and those who don't know or just tuning in for the first time, we're all real estate agents here in Denver, Colorado. So if you're just tuning in, that's what we do and why we're here.
Yes, and we also, so we're Keller Williams downtown, and when he says GBR is we have another office that's connected with our office, and that's the Green Valley Ranch office. So that's kind of his home base of where he works out of. What is your company for real estate?
It's called NAHREP Properties.
Okay.
Came up with it about a couple years ago.
Okay. And what made you get into real estate?
Funny story. So I did property management for 11 years until I got fired. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was because it really pushed me to this,
Yeah, to what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You were released for better opportunities.
Yeah.
I had no idea where I was going to end up, to be honest with you. And then Cherry Creek, Keller Williams Cherry Creek opened the opportunity for me. I was challenged to complete my education. And then within hours of the deadline, I committed. And then they started training me there with Brendan Burdick. That was 7 years ago.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, Brandon's amazing.
He is.
Out there.
Brendan,
Yeah.
Brendan Bartik.
Yeah.
So just kind of a recap from last week. What was going on? How was your week, Brandon, Louise?
It's been a busy, crazy week. Real estate is popping this week, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's warmed up and ready to go. So, so it's been an awesome week. We had opening day here. We had an opening day party here at the office, which was great. And then I think you also had an opening. Oh, that's Rocky's opening day for those not in tune with what's going on.
Yeah.
Didn't you also have a party?
Yeah. So Colorado Rockies home opener has been I think I heard that they even made it a holiday or something that people may get off of work. I heard that the mayor might have announced that.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So I've been doing opening day for I don't know, since I was under 18. We just won't tell anybody. But I've been doing it for a long time. We go downtown, but now it's just kind of chaotic. Now
Did you go to the game?
We used to buy tickets to the game, but never actually made it in the game. Well, we would make it in the game, but just stood at the bar, but never really made it to our seats.
Yeah.
So then we just started bar hopping. But then there's just a ton of drama down there, and I'm getting too old. So we've been doing our 5th annual opening day party at our house.
That's awesome.
But one reason why we love our office, I think, down here is they host a huge opening day party every year, and we're centrally located right here in downtown. So they had a good party here, and they do tacos, food, drinks, and it's just a good vibe. Yeah. And then Easter was Sunday. I wasn't hungover. I was back to life Sunday.
Rose again, as they say.
Literally. So yeah, just a busy week, and I think the market is picking up.
How was your weekend?
Absolutely. It has been a very interesting week. So that day I missed the party, but we got 2 properties under contract that day. And it was, thank you. Actually, my fiance just got her license 5-6 months ago.
Great.
And this is the second time that she gets under contract, and then I get under contract within the same day.
Oh, okay.
So we were celebrating that, and we missed the party, but we were just.
You go to work.
Yes.
Yeah. And how is that navigating? So Josh and I are obviously we work together. And
yeah.
How has that been for you guys? How is that adjustment? Is it?
Nah.
Yeah.
Are you guys competitive with each other?
I'm sorry?
Are you competitive with each other, or is it more like collaboration?
Competitive.
Okay.
She's an awesome person, and nothing but tons of admiration for what she does, and trying to keep up. Because I'm very stubborn. I'm very dedicated. I actually, on a personal note, I just lost 60 pounds.
Dang.
50 or 60. Oh, you was 60.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was 60
Congratulations.
pounds. So thank you, and I'm almost close to my final goal. And I do the same with real estate. Real estate for me, it's a very, I call it a very easy game,
Yeah.
not rocket science. We make it hard, right? We
Yeah.
make it difficult.
I think so.
But overall, she's getting up there, man. Like she's competing.
She's competing with you.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it. And as we're tuning into why we're here this month is for Fair Housing Month. So kind of going over the laws, the changes, and how we kind of serve all communities. And Luis was a board member several years ago, but used to be a part of NAHREP. And it's a Latino foundation that supports the Latino community in home ownership and educating the community in that. And so I had a couple of questions for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. What are you seeing specifically in the Latino community when it comes to home ownership?
You know, like you say, when I first joined, I was invited to join NAHREP about 6 years ago. It was very eye-opening for me to know that our people, our community, is not very what's the word then? Like very prompt to come and see and explore. And I think one of those things is of course the language.
Yeah.
And in our own culture, it's just different. We don't go out and ask. And now last year when I was part of NAHREP, was again fortunate enough to do it. The difference is just crazy with the way that we've been operating and promoting. And I mean, NAHREP is an awesome organization where people can get the help that they need on their language. Like they can get everything in Spanish. They can get connected with awesome professionals that operate on this industry, because as you know, it's not just the realtor, but it's also the title company and the inspector. And I mean, it's just a group of people, right? That we do what we do, the lender.
Yeah.
So it's getting really big, and the help that they are getting is just amazing. So
I think we've seen a change, and I think also just different, here in the United States, there's just a different people from all different walks of life. And there's also those culturally things that are done differently, right?
Definitely.
I think a lot of people in the Latino community are afraid of banks and credit, are not knowing or having the knowledge of how to operate that. And so I think we find that as like when they come to wanting to purchase a home and it comes to the financing, they have the money there. And it's just hard because they're like, I don't want to put the money in the bank. Like they're scared of not knowing that. And so we run into it a lot. But it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
It's a culture thing. So we say like, no, what do we call it? No mattress money.
Yeah. Season that money.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely the money is there. It's just.
And the money's there in the proper way, right? They work really, really hard.
Absolutely.
And they own businesses and they have degrees and all the things. So the money's there and put in the right ways. It's just the education around and the cultural difference around the banks and the systems here that are used in the U.S.
Yeah, because once that you start talking and promoting and helping people, they speak to others, right? They speak to their first to their family and then to their friends, and then that's how you can start helping others. But it's just a matter of reaching out, speaking their language, and getting them close to the people that can help them the right way.
Yeah. No, okay, and then to my next question, I think, what is NAHREP and how is it helping breaking those barriers?
So NAHREP has been around for a long time, and actually not just here in Colorado, but nationwide. And the way that they perform is, again, by bringing and connecting all the people and bringing all those tools to the public, to the people, to whoever needs the help. I feel that when I was in NAHREP and to today too, their main focus is to help the community.
Yeah.
And it's not just for new home buyers, but also for existing homeowners that are going through difficult times, right? Or that they have problems with their homes. So they do have, and they are capable, and NAHREP is capable to help them with whatever pretty much they need.
Yeah. Like additional resources.
It is, yeah, and it's a great and big organization. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was just reading, and I think NAHREP is nationally known, so they have over 40,000 members, 100 plus chapters. And what their goal is to basically empower agents, leaders, community partners in the Latino community for first-time homebuyer education, culturally understanding, fair housing practices, business growth for agents, national conferences, wealth building workshops. So that's kind of like overall what they're doing and trying to be the pillar for people in the community to kind of like if they want to raise their hand like but don't really know how to navigate, they're there for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, one of the things that when you mentioned that at the beginning of my career, right, it was very eye-opening to know that it was hard, right, for me to find the resources in Spanish.
Yeah.
And operating out of Cherry Creek, right, there's not a lot of Latinos there that are willing to come. So it was challenging at the beginning, but then I got the honor to join NAHREP, and I was invited to it by a lender back then that spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
And she just opened, a world of opportunities in Spanish to help our people, and that's what they do. So they connect people with that because in our culture we don't feel comfortable with text or emails. Is the one-on-one, and let me show you, let me see where you are, and let me the face.
They want to look in your eyes, right?
And where you work. Now we know where you work.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they feel that more. It's more personal. And I think, our contracts are obviously in English. And so I think in the Latino community, they really put our trust in us. They say, we're putting our full trust in you. You tell us where to sign and we're going to sign them. We're going to trust that we're signing the correct documents, things like that.
yes.
But I think there's things definitely changing. But we still, as we've said, every episode so far, there's still room to grow.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah, I was going to say, so the national stat for home ownership within the Hispanic Latino community is 49.5%.
Wow.
While the general public is 74%. So I think it's important for organizations like NAHREP and for real estate agents like yourselves to help, there's clearly a gap with home ownership rates. And, our goal is to help everyone that wants to own a home, own a home. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with that, as I was doing more research on them, and I see like the word Hispanic used a lot.
Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know even if you know this, but a lot of Latinos don't know this. Hispanic is actually a derogatory term used for the Latino community.
Huh.
Yeah, it was back in the day when there was, because Latinos come from all over, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Well, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., but like everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically didn't know what to call us, so they lumped us together as SPICs was the derogatory term.
Yes.
So from SPICs came from Hispanics.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And we talked about it on our panel last year when we had a panel here at the office, which we have another one coming up April 15th. So if there's any agents that want to come in, April Denham, she's going to be hosting that. There's going to be agents in our office doing a panel on fair housing, their experiences. But last year we spoke about that and I guess I need to call NAHREP myself and say, how do we got to change that Hispanic verbiage to Latino because we should be, identified as the Latinos versus Hispanic is the derogatory term of just lumping us all together because they didn't know what to call us.
Yeah.
Well, usually, I've heard not even Latinos or Hispanic, just Mexicans. Everything from the border south is Mexican. If you're Guatemalan or Peruvian, no, Mexican. So
Mexicans, but that's the education and what we're trying to get out there in our community.
I have a question about that word, if I may. So, like in other communities, they've reclaimed words that we use derogatory. So, like in the gay community, the word queer was a derogatory word, and we've reclaimed it as a positive word. Is that something that you think is possible, or and not that we individually speak for an entire community, but like for you individually, is that like, do you see it that way, or is it different for you?
It's different for me.
Yeah.
I identify as Latina or Chicana.
Yeah.
That is what I identify as. But I think learning the history around the Hispanic word and the SPICs word is like, for me, I don't want no ownership in that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I use the word Latino, because we're all Latin in some form, but like you said, we all come from different places, not just Mexico or
Right.
just one place, but we all speak the language, eat similar foods, the same music, all of that culturally is the same with all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question. What advice would you give first generation buyers who have work permits, I-10, or who are DACA, that feel like home ownership is out of their reach?
That's actually a great question that comes a lot in our industry, because as the law changes, right, some opportunities are bring back or available, and then some of them go away. It's hard to keep up, right? So what I will say to them is to come, to reach out, to get all this knowledge and all this information,
Yeah.
because there is a lot, and there's a lot of help. And of course there's people like NAHREP, for example, right? That they also add more tools to the pot and makes homeownership way easier.
Yeah.
And we are already paying a ton of money renting.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and actually, based on my experience, most of the time, people pay less for a mortgage than what they're renting. And of course, they're building equity and they're building a legacy, right, for the community and for their families and their friends. But what I would do is what I suggest is for them to reach out to us, and to see how we can best help them and provide the tools, because we don't take decisions for them.
Yeah.
We're here to inform them,
Yeah.
That's
put
right.
all the options on the table, and that's one thing that I always tell my clients. I will never take a decision for you. You are the decision maker, but my job is to explain
The options.
all the options for you to explore them, and for you to make the best pick and select the one that works best for you and your family.
And this is a good reminder. We'll put the link for our Google form. So if you're interested in getting more information or getting connected to SalLynn or to Luis or to myself to ask more questions, we'll put the Google form in the chat below and in everywhere that we're going to post this, so that if you are interested, you can reach out to us and we'll get in contact with you.
So yeah, if you're I-10, DACA, we just also learned about some changes, and I'm gonna kind of have our lender hop in on this one. What we've seen from back in 2022, we helped people purchase a home and they're kind of on a permanent work, here to work. So I'm gonna let him tune in and see there's changes that have happened since the new president has come into place. They've kind of, like you said, it goes back and forth. So we go and then it gets a little bit pulled back from that growth.
That's what they say, right? One step forward, two steps back, and it's kind of hard you just got to keep running. No, but so we're helping somebody that's a non-permanent resident with the work visa, and the rules have changed on that a little bit, right? So just with the FHA loans, not allowing it, but definitely more routes to go. And we are helping somebody going conventional, which actually could end up being better, because on a first-time home buyer going conventional, they can bring less money down with 3% versus 3.5%. So it'll end up working out better for this scenario. But when you're limited to options and programs, you just got to make do with what you got, and it does kind of take out a little bit of the buying pool. But at the end of the day, we're gonna find a way to make it happen if you're willing. It takes a team, right? And you got to surround yourself by a good realtor, a good lender. You've got to have a good inspector, like everybody there to support you. And that's what we try to bring together is that community, that you're not in it alone, and that we're going to be in it together to the end.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the important thing to know, is that like things are always changing, like on everything, especially with this right now. So like definitely reach out, because we're staying on top of like what are the changes, what's possible, like what may be possible today may not be possible tomorrow, but we're gonna make sure that whatever you want, whatever your goal is, we figure out how to make that possible.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I'm not bilingual, or neither is Brandon.
No.
So if you're out there and you're wanting to get tapped in, Luis and his wife are both bilingual, and we would love to get that connection going. If you have you running into any of those issues, we're here as a resource. And so when I was saying, before fair housing, there was redlining. We spoke about it last week in our episode. So redlining was basically they went to a map and drew areas of saying, people of color, Black, Mexicans could only live in these areas, high pollution areas, things like that, resale values. So we were limited to loans. They wouldn't give loans to us. And there was just racial covenants, contracts literally said homes could not be sold to Mexicans or Latinos.
Yeah.
We were denied loans, fewer options, things like that. And now that we fast forward to 1968, we just have changed the loan programs, but we still have a long way to go because we're seeing some of those programs retract. And so we still are, but we're here for the good fight.
Yeah.
And we're still like homeownership should be for all, no matter your status. If you're doing good into the world and you want to buy properties and you want to invest, wealth building should be available to everyone,
Absolutely.
despite the status, is what I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We keep seeing it though. We keep seeing it, especially lately.
Yeah.
On areas, for example, that are new builds construction, right?
Yeah.
And we are helping the Latino community, and it's not what it used to. And thank God it's not what it used to be before.
No, seriously.
Because I've seen it. I mean, all over. It's not just one area. It's literally everywhere. Wherever you go, you're able to buy. And I'm also really grateful for people that come and make these questions. One of the things that Josh was saying back there that I would like to touch is a lot of people come and say, you know what, my credit's not where it used to be or where it needs to be. And we have the help in Spanish for people that need a little bit of help, and most of them don't know what help they need.
Yeah.
And just because there's a language barrier or they think there's a language barrier, but we do have that help in Spanish here in this office to where we can help them get to a better position anywhere in the state. Or in the country.
No, for
Anywhere
sure.
they want to be.
And
Wherever you want to be.
could be even buying in Mexico, right? Like
Yes.
it's easier to buy if you were born there, you can buy. So
Yeah,
it's also,
absolutely.
let's teach you how to invest. So walking into that, you don't no longer really do traditional real estate. You kind of do a little bit different. Can you talk a little bit about what you actually do in real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. So about a year and a half to 2 years ago, I started focusing just into fix and flips.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like the middle guy between the end buyer and the wholesaler, and just help them to get everything that they need number-wise and projections and properties on any area.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're correct. I don't usually do any of the normal buy and sell. I do have a team. I'm a team owner.
Yeah.
So we have a team of people that specializes into that. But me specifically, I only do fix and flips. And again, the Latino community is very big on that.
And so you could even be a resource if people wanted to learn how to do
Oh
it,
yeah,
right?
absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, so if you wanted to learn, you don't even really need your real estate license to find properties for people and things like that, but it's just a great business to start.
Absolutely. And it's more, because it's been a little more of demand.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to get people into the fix and flip. And this market is allowing it right now.
Yeah.
But also, I've been teaching other brokers how to do it as well. So if anyone is interested in doing it, feel free to reach out. But again, so the fix and flip, it's a very demanding area right now.
Yeah.
We can get properties right away. I have an awesome team of wholesalers and lenders and inspectors, and right now that we were talking about earlier, the pool of investors that I have right now, repeat customers.
Yeah.
It's just growing, and extremely blessed for the opportunity, and that's what we do. That's what we're doing right now.
And from what I understand, you don't necessarily need the actual money to do these investments.
No, the
like hard money
lender,
loans.
the hard money loans. We have several that can help, and that can help with obviously with the purchase, but also with the rehab. So it's very minimum what the investor will need, depending on the project. There's people that starts with small condos or townhomes, and then we have investors are on the 6 to 7, 8 investment properties right now. That started with just a condo. So
Talk about wealth building.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely, very rapidly.
yeah. So yeah, and that if you want to build your real estate portfolio or you want to tap into that as just even being a partner with Luis and learning from him, or just wanting to raise your hand and ask the questions, like we always say, comment below, fill out our Google form, and then I think Brandon will kind of go in. I want to just say thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thanks for
coming
joining
out.
us.
We appreciate it. We hope you had some fun with us
Yeah,
today.
it's fun.
Yeah. And
You're
we
our
have to
first guest.
Yes, you're our first
What?
guest.
Yeah,
Really?
first guest, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, you
Yeah.
should use. Okay, that's
Yeah, our inaugural guest.
great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, we're excited. We're gonna have a couple more guests. Who are we having next week, Brendan?
Yeah, so tune in next week. We're gonna have next Thursday, April 16th. We're gonna have Ashton Williams, who is he's on the board for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, which serves the African American community. They also have a great event coming up. We talked about it last week, but just a reminder to save the date. It is on Saturday, April 18th. It's a home ownership and wealth building summit. All are welcome. It's so to find your path to home ownership starts here. And so that's going to be again next Saturday, Saturday, April 18th from 11 to 3. Ashton will be talking more about it next week, but just wanted to plug that again for him and for them. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Tune in. Make sure to share, like, subscribe.
And then before we stop, one thing, as you see, I have another Red Day
yeah.
shirt on. I have to promote this event.
Please.
It's coming close, May 14th. We are partnering up with the Denver Indian Center. I want to give a shout out to a local business who sponsored the event at $1,500 today.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Yes.
Call them out. Who are they?
They are Altura Periodontics Dental.
That's
They have
fantastic.
an office here, but they also have offices all around. And so they are coming, they're gonna also, their office manager and another gal are gonna come out and help us the day up.
That's awesome.
But they already sent the Denver Indian Center $1,500
Wow.
today. So I just want to give them a shout out. Thank you so much. So if you're a small business owner or just want to contribute in any way, we will also post the link that you can support that day. We're going to be creating a healing garden for the elderly community and a space for them to go meditate, pray, a place for them to take care of, have fruits, vegetables, their specific healing medicines and herbs. And this is going to be open to the community to have this garden. They wanted to do it for years, just not having the manpower or the money to do it. So I'm happy
People
that Tower
power.
Williams, the Green Valley Ranch Greeley office is partnering with them this year.
And just for those who don't know what Red Day is a day that all Keller Williams across the globe go out and serve our community because we're,
We believe in giving back.
we live and give back and serve our community. So,
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Luis, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Text.
Okay. Do you want to give your phone number?
Yes, 720-656-8933.
Awesome.
Yes. And we will also post his card, our business
Thank you.
page in the comments, tag him in there. Like I said, he is bilingual. We're able to, connect you with the right people for whatever home ownership or whatever type of real estate you're looking for.
Absolutely.
This is where it's at.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
thanks for
so
being
much.
special.
Yes.
Yeah, we did it. Our first guest.
This is
Yes,
awesome.
and I hope the sound and everything was good, the lighting. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week.
See you
Have
next
a good
week.
night.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.